going to do a collective energy read on my collectives. Okay? Okay, this is a collective energy read on my collectives. I keep getting something here. I feel like we're going to use the ancestral path. I'm going to use the ancestral path. Just give me... Okay, the Queen of Sacred Circles is here. Okay. So, and there's a baby here in the Queen of Sacred Circles. So, somebody could be giving birth to a new ideal. And is tonight a full moon? Somebody could wear turquoise around their neck or need to get some turquoise. Okay. So the first card we caught out was the Queen of Sacred Circles. What I need to see, ancestors. So there's a grandmother that is around you since you were a child. This is a collective read. I feel like this has to do something. Okay, so this was the past. She could have raised you. The Ace of Swords. This grandma could have raised you. The Queen of Sacred Circles. So, somebody could have been raised by a grandmother. And it's interesting because the Queen, okay, the Ace of Swords. So, there's a sword laying down and then there's a sword up, right? So the Ace of Swords is very powerful because it's like a breakthrough, okay, of news, ideal, mental clarity, okay, and success. It's a symbol of triumphant victory. Also reminds us that the path to succeed must be challenging. So you went through a lot of challenges, okay, past, present, and future energy here. So in the past, you could have went through a lot of challenges, but you're not alone. Okay. There is a grandmother here. Okay, she may come to you in your dreams. She may have just crossed. She's your spirit guide. So it's like you're laying down your sword. There's a sword, right? In the Ace of Swords, there's a sword that is laid down, right? You can see it right here. You can barely see it, right? And then there's a sword that's still up in the air, okay? So there's still some... You're guarding your heart, okay? You're guarding your emotions, okay? But you need to let that sword go, okay? You need to drop the sword, okay? Because there is a breakthrough here. There's new ideals. There's mental clarity where there might not be mental clarity on a situation, okay? Or a direction, okay? But you're not alone, okay? There is somebody guiding you in the spiritual realm, and it is a grandmother. It could be a great grandmother, grandmother. Very wise. She could have raised you, okay, as a child. Queen of Sacred Circles. So she was a medicine woman, okay, a healer, okay. So past, present, and future energy. What's the future energy here? So, whew, you lay down one sword, but you still have one sword up. Okay, so you need to let that sword go. Like, lay it down. Because there's a breakthrough that's happening. Okay, the Ace of Swords indicates the beginning of power in life. You feel defeated and safe. You might have felt defeated in the past, but you are safe. Okay. Give me another card for my collectives. This is the Ancestral deck. Ooh. They gave me 2 cards. Wow. Okay, there's a Knight of Cups coming in to offer you a cup. Okay. Now this is somebody you could have been dealing with. This is why I was getting love. Okay. But I don't know if you're going to take this Knight of Cups back. This could be masculine or feminine energy. The Knight is normally, he comes in and he comes in with an offering, right? And he's going to offer you a cup, like offer forgiveness. But I don't feel like you're going to forgive him, because whatever he has done to you was deep betrayal. You trusted him, you loved him, you relied on him. And he broke that trust. Okay. And where you're at now is not where you were at in the past. Okay. So there is going to be new opportunities, and he's going to offer you something, urging you to trust your emotions. So you need to trust your emotions at this time. You also need to pursue your passions. Okay, whatever passion you have out here, pursue it. Okay. Now I do feel like somebody's going to come in and say, I want to offer you my love again. Okay. But I don't feel like you're going to take this offer, because it hurts you so much. It hurt you a lot. It like wounded you. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know if you're going to be forgiving, because you have did a lot of healing. Okay. So I don't know if you're going to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to forgive you for what you have done. Okay. But he's going to offer you his cup, his love. Okay. Which he offered it to you before, but he wasn't coming in with pure intentions. I keep getting this. Okay. He had motives. This could have been a marriage. This could have been a relationship. You could have been with him for 8 years or 6 years. I feel like you're just in a different space spiritually, mentally, and physically. Okay. This transformation is happening. Okay. There was once cups that you would have took, okay, opportunities, but these opportunities, you will never take these opportunities again, because these are not opportunities that you want. Okay, you're walking away. It's in the reverse. Okay, so these are opportunities you once would have looked at and said, okay, I'm going to take these opportunities, I'm going to take these cups, these offerings, these offers. But where you're at in the space that you're in now, you're like, nah, I'm healed. I've done some healing. You could have been 6 years of healing, 8 years separated from this person, 8 years where you've just been healing yourself. You're walking away from these cups. Okay. Sometimes we have to be redirected to be directed. Okay, because if you wouldn't have walked away from these cups, you would have thought these 8 cups was the best thing that ever happened to you. Okay, and it's not that. Okay, these cups were temporary cups. You were deserving of more than these 8 cups, but they just want to offer you the bare minimum of these 8 cups, and you're just like walking away. You have gained knowledge, some kind of knowledge. Okay, wisdom, understanding of who you are. Okay, at one time you would have said, oh, "Okay, I would take this opportunity. This is some good opportunities that are presented in front of me." Okay, and with this earth energy, this green, you did a lot of grounding. Um, Not just grounding your energy, healing. Okay, earth energy is healing energy. Okay, you could be an earth sign, or you could have earth in your chart, but you did some healing. Okay, you went within, not without. Okay, because you understand that you had to go within so you can work on the issues that present themselves within so they can show themselves without. Okay. Also with the 6 of sacred circles, in the reverse, okay, sacred, okay, something sacred, okay. When you give your trust to somebody, and when you have been used, um, and manipulated and not had healthy boundaries, right? Um, you were looking at it in the standpoint of what's healthy and what's best for me. Okay, you were looking at it what in the standpoint of what's healthy for everybody else around me. Okay, but now you understand. Okay, you come first. Okay, um, and you did some healing here. Okay, now there's somebody coming in. This could be a feminine energy or masculine energy, and they're coming in to offer you something. Okay, they might even come in to offer you and say, hey, look, I want to help you in some kind of way. Okay, but I don't feel like you would take their cup. Okay, or their cup is like, it could be something, not even financially. Okay, it could be some advice they might want to give you. Okay, um and the knight, normally when we see a knight, this is somebody that is well established in their life. Okay, but material wealth don't make you established. Okay, it's the spiritual wealth, the spiritual understanding of yourself, the things that you have overcome, the things that you have learned from your experience, if that makes sense. Okay, and you're just walking away. Okay, um I also got the Prince of Sacred Circles here. I could be talking to somebody that's indigenous, has indigenous blood, come from indigenous bloodline. Okay, the Prince of Sacred Circle. So there's 2 people here. Okay, this man is not a rich man, but he's rich in spirit. This man has stability, financial stability. Okay, but he is somebody in your past. This one is somebody in your future. Okay, but I do feel like this guy with the Prince of Sacred Circles, I feel like it's somebody you spent many lifetimes with. And you're going to know when you meet this person. Because we have the Queen of Sacred Circles, and we have the Prince of Sacred Circles, and we have the 6 of Sacred Circles. Okay? So with this right here, with this peace pipe, right? It's an offering. Okay? This could be an offering from the physical realm, from the spiritual realm of enlightenment. Okay? Understanding your situation. Dealing with your situation. Okay? Not being afraid. Okay? That's where that healing comes in. Okay? Somebody feels like you walked away from them. And you have. Okay? They want you back. 1033. They want you back, but you're not going back. Okay? You're not looking to your past. You're looking to your future because you're not the same person that you were 6 years ago, 8 years ago. Okay, you're not the same person. You went through some things. Okay, you experienced some things. Okay, that made you stronger spiritually and physically with this Prince of Sacred Circles. Okay, where you can see clear. Okay, you're at peace with that peace pipe. You're at peace. Um, so you're attracting people that are at peace within themselves. Okay, so you don't have to rush. Okay, take your time. Okay, do not rush. This is what I'm hearing. Um, and somebody's upset. Somebody's upset because you're just walking away from them. Okay, they have their back towards you. Okay, you walked away. Okay, they're upset. Okay, they spilled over 2 cups. Okay, now you could also be with this person for 2 years, 8 years, or 6 years, or 5 years. I don't know. You could be 56. You could be 58. I don't know. But whatever this person is offering you, you're not taking it. Okay, you're. They hurt you so much where it took you a long time to heal from the situation. Okay, and you're in a better place. Okay, spiritually and physically. Okay. Um, Give me another card on this. You have learned. You're guarded. I'm seeing somebody's really guarded. Like a hermit, like in that hermit mode, isolation, like not wanting to really deal with people and their bullshit, and just over a lot of shit. And you're addressing it and you're being direct, and they don't know how to handle it. um, they don't, because they're not used to this person that you once was, and you're no longer that person. Okay, because you can only take so much shit where you get to the point where you're like, fuck this, I'm not taking nobody's shit anymore. Okay, and I'm not accepting the bare minimum. Okay, I'm not doing it. Okay, I don't care who you are, family, friends, children. Okay, you don't have to. You can love them, but you don't have to attach yourself to them. Okay, because the only person that you need to validate is yourself. Okay, and they're not used to this new you. Okay, they're used to walking over you. They're used to asking you for shit. Okay, you don't have it to give. Okay, this is like you went into isolation. Okay, because you were like, you were just tired of motherfuckers. Okay, you could be an introvert, you could be an introvert. Okay, you're just tired of the bullshit, you're tired of the lies, you're tired of the deception, and you're not taking the bare minimum, and you shouldn't have to take the bare minimum. Okay, you're over the shit. Okay, and there's something that was like lit in you. Okay, this fire, this ancient fire. Okay, and you're like, no more. Okay, you're not dealing with this bullshit. Okay, this represents failure. You may have felt like you failed in some kind of way. You may have felt like you have regrets, in some kind of way. In your past, you regret making certain decisions. Okay, certain disappointments of others, not of yourself. Okay, and some of it is of yourself, the choices that you made. Okay, because you were just trying to be loving and caring, and people took advantage of that. Okay, men and women took advantage of that. Family members, children, I don't care who they are, they took advantage of that. Okay, cut motherfuckers off. Okay. um Cut them off. Okay, for your happiness, for your sanity. Okay, Stop being a people pleaser. Okay, I see this all the time. People always trying to please others, and they're struggling emotionally, physically, spiritually. They have given their all to ungrateful motherfuckers. Okay, and that's what I'm seeing. Some people that are ungrateful, children that are ungrateful, family that's ungrateful, friends that are ungrateful. Cut them off. You don't have to deal with them. You owe nobody nothing. You owe nobody nothing. Okay? You owe yourself everything. Okay? You owe yourself everything, and you owe nobody nothing. You don't have to explain yourself to nobody because somebody's all up in your business, okay? Trying to know what you're doing. They need to mind their own goddamn business, okay? I don't like people like that, especially when they're family. Even the children that are disrespectful. You done took care of kids that are unfucking grateful. Okay, don't give them shit. You don't owe them nothing. You brought life. You brought them into this world. Okay, they just been using and abusing you. Okay, yes, there's love that you have for a child, for a significant other. Okay, you have made choices in your past because you didn't want to hurt the feelings of others. But what about your feelings? Okay, what about your passion, your dreams? Okay, and you're at peace with this peace pipe. This, you're at peace. You're at peace. Okay, let them be whatever they want to be, but you're at peace. Okay. The Ace of Cups is showing that it's a time to lose or whatever emotional baggage that you have and start living your life to the fullest. Okay. So let go of anything that you're carrying, anything you need to let go of that shit. Okay. And just enjoy life. Okay. And your cup is overfloweth. Okay. Will overflow and it is overflowing. Okay. With joy, happiness. There's a lot of releasing energy here, a lot of sadness where you just cried and you cried and you prayed and you prayed and you're like, why are these people treating me like this? Okay? You teach people how to treat you. You teach people how to treat you. Okay? You teach people how to treat you. Your initials can start with the M. Okay, Mary, Michael, okay, Monica, okay, or your last initials, your last name can start with the M. Okay. You could have Pisces in your chart. You could have some kind of water in your chart. You can have earth in your chart. We have every sign here. Air in your chart. Fire in your chart. Okay. But there was a lot of releasing, a lot of you have to release. You can't hold everything in. Okay. But it's time to fill your cup because you've been filling everybody else's cup. Okay. And now you're no longer taking people's cup that they're offering to you because you know it's not, you deserve more than that. Okay. What they're offering. Okay. Somebody could be traveling. Somebody can be celebrating a new job. Okay, the Nine of Cups here. Celebration time is here. Celebrating your life. Just celebrate you. Okay. Embrace you. Celebrate you. Somebody could be a traveler. Traveling by themselves. It's the Nine of Cups represents in fulfillment and success, both spiritually and materially. Satisfaction, gratitude, and a wish come true. Some of you guys are wishing for something, and it's going to happen. Okay, it could be a job, it could be a celebration, it could be with the ones that really love you. It could be travel. It could be anything. Okay, anything. Okay, celebrating yourself. Celebrate how far you came. Okay. And this is affecting you spiritually, and materialistically. Maybe there's something that you wanted, a new job, a new home, a new location, whatever it is. Whatever it is, my collectives, it's going to happen. Okay, it's going to happen before September. It could happen before August. Or before July. Okay. I got the Hierophant card here. The Hierophant is spirituality, okay? Institution, education. You could be learning a lot about yourself. You could be very spiritual. Um, you could have been relying on your faith for a very long time, okay? And um, people may have are looking up to you now, okay? Because you have insight, you have wisdom, you have understanding, you have knowledge, ancient knowledge. Something has awakened in you that is very ancient. Okay? High Priestess energy. High Priestess. High Priestess is somebody who's very psychic, an empath. Can feel things, know things, an inner knowing. Okay? Trusting themselves. High Priestess always trust herself because High Priestess, they know who they are. Okay? They know, not just know who they are, they have spiritual gifts of sight, hearing, okay, seeing, okay, giving birth to something new, okay. I'm a Cancer born, very emotional, compassionate for others, but I have transformed my life. Yes. A lot of people that have compassion, empathy, love. I'm not talking about love in the material sense. I'm talking about love within. Okay. Compassion. Always been a giver. Okay. Because you thought by giving to others, that's just the person you were. Okay. But you understand now that you can't give what you don't have. And not just that, you have to give to yourself. Okay. You come first. You're looking. So when the High Priestess shows up with the Hierophant card, this is somebody that is spiritually growing. Okay. Spiritually grown into their calling. When I say calling, is we all might have a small calling in our life. Okay, somebody might have the calling of a healer. Somebody might have a calling of a truth teller. Somebody might have a calling of helping children. Okay, one child, two child, helping a mother, helping a father, helping a sister, helping a brother, helping whoever. Okay, yes, but a high priestess is very humble. Okay, a real high priestess is not boasty. Okay, she's not boasty at all. She's very humble. Okay, she's very humble. A true high priestess, because everybody's calling herself high priestess and they know nothing about being a high priestess. Okay, high priestess is somebody that wears the crescent moon, that is born with the crescent moon. Okay, very humble, very wise. Okay, the high priestess is related to an inner knowing. You know. It's a psychic knowing. It's an empathic knowing. Okay. It's a seer knowing. It's a spirit talker knowing. Okay. It appears in a reading significance. It's time for you to listen to your inner voice, your inner self. That inner voice, that inner knowing, that intuition that we all have that's activated. This is ancient knowledge. Okay, ancient. Something has awakened in you that's ancient. Okay, very ancient. Um, you are a mentor to others. You are a pillar to others. Okay. No, when I was released, I had the crescent moon in my hand. I became someone who protects my energy. Yes. A lot of people are born with the crescent moon. Okay, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. When I was released, I had the crescent moon in my hand. Yes, our hands change. Our hands, the lines in our hand changes. The hand lines you were born with changes in your lifeline. Okay? Okay? I'm a Scorpio and I stand for the truth, particularly with regards to the things of God, love, living in deep spiritual life. Yeah, so I remember I'm speaking to is very spiritual, highly spiritual. When you have these two cards come out together, very spiritual, but very humble. Okay, there's a difference with being spiritual and being spiritual and being spiritual and thinking you're above others. Okay, because you're not above others. Okay, everybody here in this picture is equally yoked. Okay, but the high priestess knows this. Okay, even though she's here and she's offering the high priestess something because she wants wisdom and knowledge in return, the high priestess knows that everybody sitting here is equally yoked. Okay, all right, it's just that she might have a little bit more knowledge and a little bit more experience because she's been through something. Okay, somebody can't tell you something unless they haven't been through something. Okay, all right. Yes. Your hand lines change. Okay. Um, and always be humble. Okay, always be humble. Whoever I'm speaking to is very humble. Okay, because I got the high priestess and I got the hierophant. Very spiritual. This is very, very, very spiritual energy. When you get the hierophant, this is like spirituality. Okay, it represents institution. It represents higher learning. Okay, spiritual learning. Okay, about yourself, but also being wise, being humble. Okay, being respectful, helping others. Okay, not just taking from others. Because somebody take from you don't mean you have to take from them. Okay, knowledge is what I'm important. Hurt the goods. I agree. The Bible says those who humble themselves will be exalted. I have the crescent moon always. Yes. This person I'm speaking to, whoever I'm speaking to, as my collective, you're very intuitive. Trust that inner voice, that inner knowing. Okay. You're very empathic. Okay. You feel everything around you. Um, you are in a different space spiritually. You were born with the crescent moon. Okay. And you might have a birthmark. Okay, you may have a birthmark on your body. This could be on your thighs, um, or your arms, or your back. Okay. This is a reading I got, you guys. This was a beautiful reading. There's a lot of changes here. People are looking up to you with this Hierophant card, and in the past they weren't. They laughed at you. They made a mockery of you. But now they're looking up to you, asking you for advice. It's crazy. Um, and you always been humble. Okay, always been humble. A true high priestess has true knowledge, true wisdom. Okay, ancient knowledge, ancient wisdom. 133. Okay, 133. Okay, 13. 14. The high priestess card suggests it's better to follow social structures or establishments. But this is somebody that follows their own traditions. Okay, they don't go and follow other people's traditions or other people's ways. This is somebody who's a free thinker. Okay. Um, this is spiritual wisdom um, comfort, traditions. Um, you might have a mentor. You're being guided spiritually. Um, I just seen 133, so I need to see what 133 means. Embracing change and taking risks. Embracing change and taking risks. When we see the number repeatedly, is a sign from our guardian angels, our ancestors, to urge us to take steps out of our comfort zone and explore new opportunities. Okay. Somebody said, "Death visit me so much. I've never knew how chosen I am." Yes, Death visits all of us. Okay, death visits all of us. Yes, soul ties. Well, it's not really soul ties. It's energy ties. Okay. Um, and I always said what changed me in my life was death. Um, Death in my experiences. And when I mean a death is not a, well, I almost died a couple times. But we're always going through a death process and a rebirth process or a transition process. Yes, it's energy ties, okay? What we allow to give our energy to, if that makes sense, okay? Or what we allow our energy, what we allow our energy, okay, what we give our energy to, okay? Or what have we haven't addressed in the past that we're addressing now, okay? So it's not, I wouldn't say, I would say energy ties to whatever you've been through that to, you allowed yourself to give that energy to, or that thought to, or that action to, okay? We're always transforming, we're always growing, okay? We're always evolving, um, spiritually, physically, mentally, okay? We don't know it all. Nobody knows it all, okay? We're all growing, we're all learning. When you grow and you learn to set healthy boundaries with yourself. So when you teach people you teach people how to treat you. So people that used to like use you, abuse you, um, and just walk all over you can no longer do that. Okay, access is denied. Okay, because you're not the same person. They're coming to you for advice. They're coming to you for wisdom. Okay, you have been through a lot. Okay, you have a story. Okay, you have experienced things. Okay, um, so it's what you give energy to. Okay, you could be somebody that been taken advantage of as a child. Okay, trauma. Okay, you have confronted that trauma. You have released that trauma. Okay, you no longer carry that trauma. Okay, people carry trauma in different ways. Okay, people carry energy in different ways. Okay, but it's what you give energy to. Okay, what you give attention to. Okay, you no longer give attention to that. Okay, so you're not giving your energy away freely. Okay, you have set boundaries. Okay, so people, when they come to you, they don't come to you saying, "Give me, give me, give me," or thinking that they can just walk over you because you are speaking different. You're like, they know they can't come to you and say, "Can I borrow this?" Okay, okay, you're not a bank. Okay, you're not just a bank. You're not somebody you used to were somebody that people just felt like they could walk over. Okay, um, but you always had peace within. Okay, but people took advantage of that. Okay, but they can no longer take advantage of that. And there's somebody coming back. You can take this person back if you want. It's up to you. Okay. There's somebody in the past that has found out something about you. Um, that found out something about you, and they want to come back. Okay. But I don't feel like you're going to take this person back because they really hurt you. They really betrayed you. Okay. They lied to you. They deceived you. You could be somebody that travels. Okay. You travel. You're a traveler. Okay. Or you will be traveling. Okay. Um, the Eight of Cups, they're just walking away from the cups. Okay. Whatever is being offered to them, they're like, nah, I deserve better than this. Okay. My cup is already overflowing. Okay. Um, yes, people lose their life all the time for standing up for the truth. Um, but whoever I'm speaking to is very ancient. Okay. Something has awakened in you that is ancient. You're remembering. You're remembering who you were. Okay. Very ancient. Okay. You could wear a cross around your neck. You can be indigenous. You can be Caucasian with brown hair. You could be black hair. You can have curly hair, straight hair, long hair. You can wear like these head scarves on your head. You can wear braid. You could have braids in your hair. There's some changes coming. Okay. A lot of changes. And you are pouring into yourself. This is beautiful. You have released a lot. You have addressed a lot. The markings of your lifeline has changed in your hands. Okay. They're not the same. Okay. It's interesting. People think that the lifelines in our hands don't change. They do change. Okay. The inside of our hands. Okay. Yes. Okay. The M always stays there though. Okay. Certain lifeline, marriage lines, they may change. Okay. This somebody is born with a crescent moon. Okay. All right, you guys. This is Jennifer Felix. This is a collective message for my collectives. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys got something from this. I see a traveler here, somebody that travels alone or will be traveling alone in the future. A lot of things that you've been through has prepared you for this traveling. It's interesting because they always say there's a saying they say about a traveler, right? Um, don't tell me where you have. I forget the saying. It's an old saying. It's about a traveler. How a traveler, when they travel, they learn things about people. They experience things. They grow. They learn. They get wisdom. They get knowledge. They listen. And they take this with they take this knowledge, this wisdom with them. This is ancient, okay? Ancient knowledge, ancient wisdom, okay? You have awakened the ancient wisdom, the ancient knowledge that you once knew, okay? And you're wondering why you're doing certain things, because you have done it in the past, okay? You just have awakened to this awareness consciously, okay? All right, thank you guys. This is Jennifer Felix. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys got something from this. Somebody could be getting readings on you or have gotten readings on you, okay? And let me tell you, you can get all the readings you want on somebody. Um, They're memorized. They can't understand how you keep transforming, or you have this knowledge, because you had this knowledge all along and it's activated and they're watching you. They can't believe it. Okay, you could have a channel, have other psychics watching you, and they can't understand how you are so good at what you do because you're ancient. Okay, you are ancient. The knowledge you carry is ancient. Okay. They're memorized by you. Okay. um these people use mirror magic. Okay, they try everything. They tried to bury you. They wish death on you. It did not work, my dear. They did not work. You have awakened something in your DNA that is so ancient that they will never understand, because they don't have this gift. Okay, they will never have this gift. Okay. All right. Yes, there has been work done on you. Okay, what I mean work done on you is that people are sending you the evil eye from work. It's like you can't even keep a job. You go to a job and people just hate you for no reason, and you don't understand why these people hate you. You don't know. They hate you for no reason. And you're like, why do these people hate me so much? It's not you. It's them. It's not you. It's them they hate. Okay? It's them they hate. They hate themselves. They hate their life. They're miserable. Okay? And you can't understand. You go to job, the job, the job, because you're not supposed to be working these jobs. Okay? You have another spiritual path that you're supposed to take, that you have taken in the past. Okay, and they have tried everything, my dear. They have tried mirror magic. They have tried getting reads on your ass. They have tried death spells. They have tried glamour spells. They have tried everything. Okay, they have tried everything, and nothing has worked. Nothing has worked, and nothing will ever work. Because you're ancient. You are ancient. The bloodline you come from, they don't even know where the fucking bloodline comes from. That's how ancient you are. They have tried glamour spells, mirror magic, death spells. I mean, they have tried it all. Okay. And all of it has backfired. Okay. They have gotten people that are, they have tried a collective energy. Okay. Where there's a lot of them. Okay. Putting spells on you. And you're still standing. You're still standing, you're still speaking, you're still living, you're ancient. Okay, you're old. Okay, they don't even know where you come from. Okay, or the gifts that you have, but they fucked around and they found out. Somebody says my grandma taught me compassion and gratitude and kindness with joy. Yes, when we cannot let people take our joy. We can't let circumstances take our joy. Okay? Because this is what they want. And you can't give them what they want. Okay? Your joy is your joy. Okay? Somebody could have lost a child here. Yeah, somebody could have lost a child. Somebody said I grew up in church in the past. It was my foundation. Yes, it doesn't matter where you grew up. If you grew up in church, if you grew up spiritual, okay, this is ancient. Okay, they don't even know where this comes from. They will never know. You have one foot on you have one foot in the spiritual realm and one foot in the physical realm. Always. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Okay? One foot in the spiritual and one foot in the physical. So you're not always here in the physical. You have one foot on the ground in the physical and one foot in the spiritual. Always. You always have. Always have. Okay? And they don't understand you. You go to jobs and people don't like you for some reason. They lie on you. They get you fired. Because you're very humble. Not that you're just very humble, is you come in, you know who you are. You have authority of who you are. You know who you are. Okay? They don't like that. Okay? You're a free thinker. They don't like that. Okay? You're not meant to be working a job. Okay? You're meant to be doing what you want to do. And you have a higher calling. You have an ancient calling on your life. Now, this is somebody I'm speaking to. Could have been in past lives. This is what I'm seeing. In your past life, you were a healer in many lifetimes. Your life was taken in many lifetimes. Okay? And you also were isolated in many lifetimes because of your life was taken. Okay? Wow. So this is balance here, patience. Okay, you've been very patient, you've been very balanced. I feel like in your past life you were a healer, even with plants. Okay, and even in your past life you scared people. Okay, because you went against the institutions. You were healing people, and the churches weren't happy about it. Okay, they're like, how is this woman, this divine feminine healing people out here? This is evil. This is devilish work. Okay, this is devil work that this woman is doing. This feminine energy, okay, or this masculine energy. Okay, they're doing the devil's work. But no, you're ancient. There's something that you remember from a past life. Okay, many past lives you have came in and you have healed and you have healed people and healed people, and the same people that were after you in the past life were after you in this lifetime. And they sent people after you, that some of these people that they sent after you, they couldn't touch you even in this lifetime, and they won't be able to touch you in the next lifetime. You have transformed. You have awakening, and this is something that's very ancient, very, very ancient. I'm talking about. Okay. Somebody says my name begins with the M. I'm a Pisces. Yes, you could have water in your chart. I mean, they tried all kinds of shit. They tried mirror magic, death magic. I'm seeing a child here. There's some. I don't know if you had a child that died. They tried a lot of stuff in many lifetimes. Okay, and it did not work. Okay, they even called you. They might have called you a witch. They might have called you a bruja. They might have called you evil, demon. I mean, all kinds of craziness. And you truly had a gift of healing. Okay, healing plants, water, all kinds of stuff you were healing people with. Okay, they don't even know where your DNA comes from. Okay, wow. Okay, and they can't figure you out, and they would never figure you out. Never. They even set a warlock in your life. You can smell warlocks. Warlocks have a smell. When you're around somebody that's evil, they have a smell. There was a smell about them. They come back in your life, you will smell something. Or they might be like smelling something, like with their nose. They have sent people in your life to distract you. Okay? I'm seeing a magician, a warlock. Okay? Okay? He couldn't even get to you. He fell in love with you. They have a smell. Okay? Smell. Okay? Something started smelling different with him. Okay? Or he might come into your life, back into your life, and he might have an odor about him. Pay attention. Okay? Pay attention. Okay? All right, this is the reading I got, you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. This is Jennifer Felix. Remember, moderation, patience. Somebody says he used to smell different. Telling you, these people will smell different. Okay, they carry a smell. Kick them out your house. You smell. If they come in and they smell, she used to smell, or he used to smell. She used to smell. Women carry odors. Men carry odors. Ask them to tell them they have to go. Okay, they have to go. And they also will drain your energy. You will always feel tired. Like, why am I so tired? And I haven't done shit. Okay? I haven't done shit, but I'm fucking tired. And I have these motherfuckers around me. Okay? Okay? It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay? It's crazy that they wish death upon you. Death upon a child, a chosen seed. These people are wicked. When somebody's around you and they're draining their energy, they have to fucking go. Okay? They have to go. If they have a smell about them, they have to go. Okay? Protect your goddamn energy out here. Okay? Don't let nobody be touching on you, having sex with people, okay? Because you don't know who you're laying down with. Okay? Trust what I'm telling you. Okay? I heard a story, and she's on my page. She was in bed. She was dating this guy. She was in bed with him. She was in bed with him. Let me tell you this crazy story, true story. She was in bed with him. She turned around. She looked at him. They just had sex, okay? She turned around, looked at him, and he revealed himself to her. And he admitted to her that he was not who he was. She was so terrified. Let me tell you, if that shit would ever happen to me, okay, that motherfucker would have to go. Okay? I would tell him to go. Okay? Somebody said she wished death, but she doesn't know I grew up. Yeah, I mean, this is a true story about a Mexican friend, not the one I talk about all the time, about somebody else. Okay? The person, the magician, showed himself. He was draining her energy. He was taken from her. He was deceiving her. He was lying to her. Okay? And he was possessed. Okay? And he showed himself to her. Not making this up. Okay? Okay? And she couldn't understand why she was so drained, so she was so tired. This entity showed itself to her. Okay? Okay? You understand what I'm saying? They will show themselves. You can ask them their names. They'll tell you their fucking names. Okay? It's crazy. Okay? All right, you guys. This is Jennifer Felix. This is the reading I got my collectives. You guys stay safe out here. Okay? Don't fall for no bullshit. No okie dokie shit. Watch who you're in bed with. Watch who's around you. Okay? Don't let everybody just touch on you. Okay? All right? Because some people just want to touch you for other reasons. Okay? All right, this is Jennifer Felix Readings. Thank you guys for joining me. This was a collective reading for my collectives. There's somebody coming back. I feel like you're done with that person. You have moved on, and the past is the past, and the future awaits. Okay, you guys? All right, thank you. Ashe.